One of my most fond memories of growing up was a very special sandwich my mother would make me on school days. It's one of the most delicious and underrated sandwiches of all time, a simple fried egg sandwich. Now today we're going to elevate that recipe that my mother did by making our own tangy, zippy, lemony mayonnaise. And then we're going to do it all over a beautiful campfire. So let's get started. Now the first thing we have to do is start our fresh mayonnaise. I'm beginning with 1 egg yolk, a nice tablespoon or so of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon or so of red wine vinegar. We're going to put a little pinch of cayenne in there. That's that little heat zip that we were talking about. Some salt and some freshly ground pepper. Then grab a whisk, and we are going to whisk that until creamy, smooth, and just slightly aerated. Now it's time to start adding the oil. Now you want to choose an oil that is neutral in flavor, like canola, vegetable, perhaps grapeseed. You don't want to choose an extra virgin olive oil that might overpower the flavor of the mayonnaise. The other key to start the emulsification is you have to do it drip by drip at the beginning, very slowly whisking to get that emulsification going. And after a few minutes and about a cup of oil per egg yolk, you're left with this lovely, creamy, beautiful mayonnaise. And we're just going to finish that off with about a half a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Now with the mayonnaise finished, it's time for the main event. We need to get a hot pan going, so that's heating up nicely. I'm also going to toast the bread. Now my mother would have used a toaster. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to do it over the fire, and I'm using a white Pullman loaf. You can use any bread you have, but there's something about white bread for this sandwich that allows the buttery flavor of that egg to shine. And now into that hot pan with our beautiful fresh Nova Scotia eggs. Now I cracked those yolks because that's what my mother always did. I'm going to season with a little bit of pepper and a touch of salt. My mother always cracked those yolks because she thought it would be easier to carry on the way to school. So after about 2 minutes of cooking, it's time to flip. Perfect. And the final trick is the last little bit. After only 30 seconds after you flip, you want to remove the pan from the direct heat. The residual heat in that pan is plenty to very tenderly cook those yolks. And now it's time to assemble. We have our lovely toasted bread. We're going to just very, very lightly butter this. Mayonnaise obviously has a lot of fat, so we don't want it to be too fatty, and there's also some butter surrounding those lovely eggs. Next, our mayonnaise. Incredible, delicious, tangy, zippy mayonnaise, a little bit on both sides. And the star of the show, the eggs. Buttery, creamy yolks. Yes, they are broken yolks, but they still have a very delicate flavor to them. You can season with a little more salt and pepper. I think we're good. And in with the topper. And then finally, that sort of slice down the middle to reveal that lovely, slightly buttery yolk still in the middle. And now for the taste test. The key word for me is buttery. And it's so delicately cooked. Even over an open fire, that hot pan, the whites are still tender, the yolks are buttery. It's truly a perfect sandwich.